I'm here with somebody who doesn't need an introduction. This is
we can introduce me.
I'm one of them. I'm here with Coach Bob Hurley, Sr. Coach Hurley is the only high school coach right now that's actually performing, that's in the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. He has over 1,100 wins. He has over, I don't even know how many state championships, 24, 25 state titles, so many national titles and recognitions that I'm sure he probably doesn't even know how many. But like I told him before, out of all the people that I've met doing this basketball thing, this is the most excited that I've ever been to meet anybody and to have somebody who believes in the product that I came up with to help basketball players. And this is Coach Bob Hurley, Sr. from St. Anthony's. Coach, how you doing?
Good, Tony.
I guess I only have a couple questions for you. The first question is, what do you think about the original Profender, and how do you think it could help your players develop from even from 9th grade to so high?
Well, you know what you get? You can simulate defense playing guys. So that it's one thing to rehearse some moves. After you start to get the footwork down, you now have to make your move against defense. So when the coach can now set up with the big men, for example, are working on jump focus, so drop step, turn and face, or the release of shots around the basket to a contest. These are all situations that become game-like. And once you've got your footwork down, coaches are constantly striving to figure out ways that they can now take things so that the kids are not just rehearsing things, but rehearsing things against defense that's going to be like the defense they're going to face, and in the best case scenario, the best defense they're going to face.
Right.
So long length in the post, somebody who's physically trying to take you off your move. So all those things are essential to getting the kid to expand his game.
And I'm glad that you said that, because the reason I came up with this was for my son, and just to simulate game conditions. To me, being an athlete, I've always wanted to do everything game-like. I didn't want to just ever go through the motions, just doing things. And like when I had a chance to watch a practice here, and I told you, that practice was beautiful. It was a work of art. Every minute was used for something that's going to make these kids better during the game. And it was just, it was just exciting to see. So I got a question that I always ask everybody. And I always tell people, when I have your testimony that you gave me and I use it, right? People always believe, they don't believe that it was your testimony. Now these are coaches, and the problem is, you're the guru. I'm gonna tell you now, you are the guy. There's not one person that could ever say, Bob Hurley, he's overrated, or he doesn't know baseball. Not one person will ever say that, or can they say it? And I have coaches where they go, well, I really don't believe, about shooting, whatever. It's better to shoot as many shots. And I ask you, I only pose one question. I'm going to pose the same question. What's better, 1,000 shots against air or 500 shots reading a closeout defender?
Making it a situation like a game. Once you've developed shooting, I get a little long-winded, but once you have the technique down, the kid has to be challenged now by defense. You have to learn to use his legs to shoot up over a pound of people, be able to lift the ball, have concentration that when something's going on in front of you, you can stay focused there on the basket. All of those things are going to simulate what's going to happen in a game. And for kids playing in high school, who just played after high school, shooting the ball a lot is certainly good. But you never know whether your brace is quick enough, whether you need to high enough, whether you have the necessary concentration. So you put yourself into situations that practice should be part of the game. And these things, the way we use them today in your development, are made for great games. So we can now do things that the game needs.
So I got the same question, because there's a guy, his name's Justin Baxter's a good friend of mine. He's a coach, good friend. And I posed this question to him, and he told me 1,000 shots over air is better than 500 shots against a contested closeout. Do you think that it's better 1,000 shots against air or 500 shots reading a closeout defender?
I think 500 shots, because you're still getting an awful lot of shots. Shots are going to affect your technique and your form, but having that additional layer of defense that's simulating game is putting the kid game ready. 1,000 shots is terrific. making 500 shots a game right now.
Yeah, and I believe the same thing. And that's the point that I try to make, just to make it simple. Because the thing about it is, what I love about what you're doing is that it's simple. Everything there that you're doing is what you need. That's how I grew up playing the game of basketball. There's nothing cute. Everything's to the point. Everything makes sense. And that's how I think everything is. And go ahead.
You want to master the fundamentals.
Yeah.
When you've mastered the fundamentals, then you go on. So, you know, it's little things. It's our footwork today. It's, you know, where you receive and hold the ball, how you're locating defense, how you're reading the guy in front of you. You know, does someone have a better shot than you, or you to quick reverse pass, or the ball that came to you was coming to you because you had the best opportunity. Those are things you have to reverse.
And there was 2 points that I saw. The first, I'm going to make 1 point, but I saw one of your players, and as spectators, we're watching. I'm watching practice, making notes to myself what's going on, and I know exactly. The one that had a shooter down here who was floating down to the wide open. So instead of taking that wide open shot, he decided to go instead. And then, like, to me, it's simple. That's what the game's about. It's those decision-making processes that makes the game. You know what I mean? And when you're able to do that, you know, where it's that split-second decision where it becomes natural. You know what I mean? That muscle memory where you're doing it is when you become key. But no, I picked that out and I thought that was great. And you don't miss anything. Like all those points, you're not missing anything.
I'm pretty much a top and if I miss it, there's enough guys helping me.
Oh yeah.
Collectively.
Yeah. I didn't see you miss anything that I was watching myself. You know, I don't claim to be an expert, but you hit every single one. You think that high school program should be
regulate the length of the person in front. You can get it to 7th and 8th grade, and it's a certain height, all the way up to today, where a couple of times we shot the ball around the basket. It was nipped. It was nipped by the length of the tackle, which is going to be the same situation you face in the shot clock.
Well, I appreciate you giving me the time, and
thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy the present too.
Thanks.